Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. On this topic, I'm just coming on here real quick, you guys, is, you know, to talk about how narcissists like to fight. In case you don't know, narcissists like to fight. I'm pretty sure all of you guys have literally fought with these people like cats and dogs to the point where you don't even want to argue with them. They're the only ones arguing with themselves. You know, you might even be on the passenger seat of the car and they're just talking shit while you're crying. You're literally crying. You're like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. Like, what are we arguing for? Or, or it wasn't that serious. I remember the narcissist having a conversation about celebrities and a celebrity couple or whatever. And he basically was saying, oh, like, they both come from like the same type of background, so their relationship is gonna work out. And I think I said something like, nah, because they're both, they both want to be in control. They're both in they're both in a position where they're both financially stable, you know, they're both in control of their own lives, their own destinies, and when you're in control of your own destiny, it becomes not necessarily difficult, but it does become difficult to trust someone enough to bow down to them. And this is why a lot of relationships always have one master and one slave. It's one person always wants to be in control, and that's why most animals fight for control, right? The lion wants to lead the pack. You got to fight everybody off to take the king position. You got to let everybody know you got that fight in you, right? Narcissists think you're too nice. But if there's a balance where they know you got that fight in you, but they know you're not using your weapons. You're sitting down calmly watching your competition, right? The narcissist acts like they move so swiftly, like they're kings and queens, and they're the ones, oh, I'm just peeping out the competition. But once they get into that hierarchy of, making you bow down to them because they're picking on you emotionally instead of fighting with you physically like an animal, right? That's why they can kill you while you're alive, because they are going to war with you. They're fighting with you, and you're like, what's this person's problem? Even if they want to be in control, or they want you to bow down to them, even in relationships, even if you bow down to them, they continue fighting with you, and you're like, what's going on? It's intimidation, right? They're doing it because, like I've said, narcissists are like animals. They're like animals with no human intelligence. They're like emotional intelligence. They're just like, I gotta eat, survive, right? There's no emotions in it. So if these people could kill you with their bare hands, they would, When these people physically fight with you, you could tell the anger, the wrath. They're ready to snap your neck off. And if they snap your neck off, they're the type of people that are going to turn around and say, I wasn't squeezing her neck too hard. I don't know what happened. She tripped, and just act completely stupid. No accountability. They got to continue to fight with you to keep their position in the relationship. They're like bullying you. They're bullying you to stay with them. Just like that kid bullying kids at school. But for some reason, it doesn't matter if this kid isn't smart. The fact that he was able to intimidate everyone is looking up to them. That's why some narcissists, when they don't possess enough intelligence, they try to get attention any way that they can, any way to make themselves feel strong. So they'll fight. They'll fight with people. They'll pick on people less than. They'll look at people, strangers, and they're the moment they meet you, they're nitpicking at you. They're looking looking at you. They're looking at your body. They're looking at your face. They're looking at every follicle. Like, they're studying you so hard because they're ready to fight with you. And you're like, what's this person's problem, right? They'll gossip with their friends, and their friends are laughing, and you think they sound stupid, right? You're like listening to them, or even kids, right? You're teenagers. And, here they are, kiki, he, right? And their whole thing is, even if it's a joke, a evil, mean joke, their whole thing is, I'm better. Oh, I'll fight them. Oh, my life gotta be better. My this, my that. And it'll just be even, random people, because to them it's like, they think that shit makes them look good. To them it's like, I want to show you guys that I can make fun of people because I'm in control, right? I'm in control. Especially if this narcissist or Jezebel spirit has good looks, They'll try to intimidate people where they feel like they're all that, like, I'm going to intimidate you. They come off real strong, right? But if you're someone with confidence and you don't bow down to nobody, you know what I'm saying? You don't get intimidated by nobody. I don't care if you got, a fake butt, big fake boobs. I don't admire you like your female friends, like your Jezebel spirit friends. I don't admire them. I don't admire you. I don't want to be one of your followers. I don't got to bully people to make myself look like an alpha, right? Like an alpha. And you know what? I came across someone, he was telling me, he said, I'm not an alpha, I'm a sigma. And I said, what is a sigma? And it's someone who doesn't fight people to get to the top of the hierarchy. Like, you're climbing your way to the hierarchy, but you're using people as you get up there. A sigma is someone who can climb up the hierarchy, could choose to be in a social circle if they wanted to and run that social circle, but they would rather run by themselves instead of with a pack. So I was like, okay, I've never heard that before. So it was something new that, he taught me. I was like, okay, a sigma. And of course, I don't believe a word this person is saying, because this person could be a narcissist and they're just, but it's good information. This person could be a narcissist, right? They're telling you, I don't run in packs, I run alone. I deceive people, con people all by myself. I don't need a group of people to con people, But it's still, information is power. And people could teach you things, whether they're narcissists or not. And they might refer to themselves as a sigma. They might refer to themselves as a god, as a king. It's none of my business, because I'm not here to argue with you about who you are. I could just clearly see it. There's no point on arguing. There's no point on arguing. There's no point on gossiping about how fake you are if I don't even know you and you ain't did nothing to me personal. You might be a narcissist, but it's not my fight to pick. It's not my fight to go and tell other people, oh, he said he's a sigma. He's saying that because he's a narcissist. Narcissists boost their ego, their own egos, and he wants you to see him as something big. You know, he's showing, he's pulling out stacks of money in front of you and paying for stuff, and it's like, why are you even carrying that much money on you, bruh? You know, they're trying to show you their power, their control. You know, and once you allow these people in, see, he's all friendly and nice and all this and that. He has a lot of information. We pick at each other's brains, but I know you're purposely trying to pick at my brain, and you're like, wow, she has a lot of information about not just, it's not necessarily about narcissism. I don't speak about narcissism with people, but just in general about different subjects, right? And what these people want to do is they want to get to know you. They want to know how much information you have. They want to get close to you. That's why I keep my foot on these narcissists' necks. You can't come in all the way. You're going to leave the conversation speaking on subjects that you wanted to speak on because you want to know if I know about these things. You're trying to pick at my intelligence, but at the same time, you're hoping I start sharing things with you and get comfortable with you. So you keep walking out the conversation still feeling like you don't know me. And that's why you keep coming back or asking questions. Once they get close to you, that's why you have to be careful who you talk to. They can come at you like a victim needing help. You know what I'm saying? They could come at you like good people. And the moment you open that door, it gives them the invitation to fight you. To them, it's like they're predators. They've been watching you all day because they want to hunt you. Once they can get that close to you, now they want to fight you. They want to fight you for territory. They want to fight you for what you have. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with these narcissists? Why do they act like I owe them something? They're trying to fight me for territory. They're trying to fight me for no reason. And then they want to be nice to me after they've been fighting with me. They're fighting for control. They're fighting for supply. Supply. That's what you are. You're food to them. They're eating you up emotionally, financially. They're predators. They're killing you off in a spiritual, mental way. This is their way of climbing up that hierarchy, is to fight with you. That's what makes them feel good, right? And when you're climbing up the hierarchy, you need food, you need shelter. Some of y'all provide narcissists with food, shelter. You need to feel safe and feel like you belong. You know, so you start giving the narcissist all these things, and they start to feel like they're running up the hierarchy. They're like, I'm running. And every time you threaten them or every time you tell them about the things that they're doing wrong, it could be the slightest thing. They do something that you don't like and you talk about it. They feel like you're going to leave them. And you would think someone would treat you better if they think you're going to leave them, right? But no, they get angry. It's like, you're trying to take supply from me. You're my meal ticket up that hierarchy and you're trying to take that from me. No, you need to stay with me, or at least stay with me until I find somebody else. Until I find somebody else to replace you with. Because they believe they're an alpha, and they might be a beta male, right? But they might think that they're an alpha. And that's why I thought it was kind of funny that, you know, this dude, you know, that I see a lot, you know, basically work with, not directly, but you know, when I do see him every blue moon, it's like he gives off, you know, little information. And I thought that was funny because that's something I notice about narcissists is that they like to fight. So what he's saying is, I like to climb up the social ladder, but I don't need to fight all the time. So in his way, he comes off very charming. So in order for you to climb up that social ladder without fighting, because you're a higher grade narcissist, you have to pretend, you have to move like the nice guy. Oh, I'm a nice guy. Oh, I don't hang around a lot of toxic people. I'm, for the most part, I move alone. I do things alone, you know. And when I want to socialize, because a Sigma uh, could be part of a group and play that leadership role, but you know, they would rather stand alone, but they can, meaning they could be invited. Like even, you know, in situations that I'm in, I could be a part of many groups with the information I have and things like that, but I would rather move alone just because I hate the bullshit. I hate listening to the gossip. And sometimes you're forced to listen to the gossip because you work with people, but you also know while you're there trying to make these people feel comfortable, you already know you can't share certain things with, you can't trust none of these people with your information because you're already seeing that all they do is gossip. They're like trying to get targets and talk about people, and it's all fueling them because it's like, yeah, that person agreed with me, that person ain't shit, you know. And they might feel like they're real. They might be right, that person ain't shit, you know. But the fact that you're gossiping, you ain't shit. That's just how I see it. You know, the fact that you're gossiping too, and you're finding these things, you know, it's almost like people will say that they don't like people, like they don't like narcissists fighting with them for no reason, because narcissists, they're fighting for power, for control, for hierarchy, so for supply. So when you know that person defends themselves, it could seem like they're a narcissist. You know, when someone's defending themselves or fighting back, the narcissist will try to slow you down by trying to make you feel like you're the narcissist, right? And they'll gaslight you by talking about you to other people, trying to bring you down, which it's a form of gang stalking and intimidation. But at the same time, you know, like, screw those people. Like, who are they? You know, but they get you like that so that you can look down on yourself or feel bad or feel like they took your friends, family, and they get to go around and gossip with their family, and people can sit there and side eye you, and you ain't even did nothing to them. They're looking at you like they're hungry, like they want to bite you, like, you know, and you didn't do nothing to these people. They're laughing at you. They're making jokes on the narcissist infidelity, you know. They're cracking jokes here and there, you know. They're laughing like hyenas, right? So you could choose to move differently. A lot of empaths would rather move alone because you don't like to fight. You don't want to fight for a position. You're like on your own lane. You're like, I don't want to fight. That's dumb. That's dumb. I don't want to fight. But just know I can, but I don't want to. That's dumb. I'm more mature than that. I have a higher sense of intelligence to sit around and argue with you and go back and forth with you all day and beef with you forever. I'd rather just stay away from you. But the lower the narcissist is, the more they're like, when you're dealing with a narcissist that just they argue back and forth with people, even strangers, or they did something wrong, and instead of taking accountability and saying, oh, I got caught, I should just leave. I got caught, trying to take from somebody else. I should just disappear, right? It's like having a friend who steals from you, and you're like, you need to get the hell out of my house because you just stole from me, right? And because you're telling them to leave, they're like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. And now they're like, you're fake. You're this. That's why I slept with your man. That's why. And you're wondering, why is she exposing me? Why is she trying to hurt me? Why did she even get close to me just to hurt me? Why is she? So she just been around me this whole time, knowing she's been, sleeping with my man. And why would she come and disrespect me, especially knowing I'm going through something right now, right? It's that fight. It's that wanting to fight for power and control. They want your life. They want your man. And you think, where's the empathy? Or if you felt, if you didn't care about deceiving me, why did you have to come into my household and come in my house and disrespect me and tell me what you've been doing? Why couldn't you just keep that shit to yourself? Why did you have to become friends with me? Why didn't you just have an affair with my husband instead of sending me notes or coming close to me or finding me, befriending me, and acting like you didn't know my husband, but you knew that? Why do they do the sneaky shit that they do, right? That's because they want to fight you for your position. And you're like, that's kind of sick. Why would you want to fight me? If my husband wants you, he's going to leave me for you. But you want to fight with me. You want to fight. And when you're young and your emotions are everywhere, you'll fight not knowing what you're fighting for. And that's what you'll be mad at, because you're like, I didn't know what I was fighting for. You were working as a flying monkey for the narcissist because they've fought people for no reason and hurt a lot of people. They eat other humans. They're cannibals. They're different from you. So when I started to pay attention, to a lot of just animals, or if you guys have pets, animals are always fighting. One minute they're cool, next minute they're fighting with each other. Next minute you're breaking up the fight because they're fighting with each other. You're breaking up the fight. Now the animals turn on you. You're trying to break the fight. One animal's bullying the other when you break the fight to defend one of the animals that's getting walked all over. And now the animal that's getting walked all over is trying to bite you for being nice to it and trying to save it. You ever seen someone get bullied by the narcissist and then you help them and then they turn on you too? That shit is mad crazy. It's crazy. You're like, I was helping you and now you're turning on me too. The same people that you will help will turn on you and then call you the narcissist. They don't even know you like that. They could get information from you, but they don't know both sides of the story. So they'll go around making you seem like you're a narcissist, but they're the narcissist because they don't shut up. The reason that those animals were fighting was because one of them wouldn't shut up. The narcissist won't shut up. They like to fight. They like to gossip. It even came from childhood. They got bullied at school. They weren't the most popular. They got bullied, and then they became the bully. You know what I'm saying? Then they became the bully because they feel like exposing others. It's the way, it's going to be a way to climb up the hierarchy. So that's what narcissists will do, is that they will act like, oh, that lion is bad. That lion, that he doesn't deserve to lead the pack. Mufasa was instigating with I don't know, you guys, in the Lion King, the uncle, no, is it Mufasa? I don't know. How the uncle was trying to make his own nephew fight with his own dad or question his father. Your own family will triangulate you, you know, because they don't want you to climb up the hierarchy, or they don't want you to have shit. Your own cousins will compete with you. And you're like, we don't even live in the same house. It's weird. It's all about who can be at the top. So they'll gossip. Oh, he doesn't belong at the top. He's a traitor. He's really not a good leader. He's really not a good person. Now they're going to go and search up information about you. They're going to search up your past. They're going to search up shit that you left behind, shit that you couldn't solve, shit that you tried to solve. Life is hard. And they act like it's not hard. They act like everybody is rich. They'll sit there and try to pick at you like you're not important. You're not really what you say you are, what you think you are. You know what I'm saying? They want you to feel low about yourself. They won't even know the